In this part, we're going to talk about the third family of the walls, which is called the stacked wall. So let me go to the wall. The first family is basic, the second one is curtain wall, and the third one is a stacked wall. Now, what does it mean by stacked wall? Stacked walls are the walls that their material or their thickness will change in their height. Or let's just say that a stacked wall is a combination of basic walls. You see that? Now, this is one basic wall, this is another, and this is another basic wall. And also these two that can have different materials or thickness. Before drawing a stacked wall, you need to analyze it. You need to find out how many pieces it has, and you need to find out about the thickness of each piece and the material. For example, look at this one. This is 1, 2, 4, and the last one, 5. Now, for example, this piece has the same material and thickness as this one. So, we have 3 types. This one, and this one. Now, we need to create 3 types of basic walls and then set them on each other with the right order. So, I go to Edit Type and then Structure, Edit. You can also use the preview. As you can see here, each of these lines are a wall or a basic wall. For example, this one is a concrete wall with the height 80. The thickness has already been determined in the wall itself. Actually, it was done while building this RVT concrete wall, and that time the thickness and the material was entered. Now here I can determine the height of this type of wall in this stacked wall. Next one is the wall which is called RVT white stone. The thickness and the materials have already been determined. Now the height is 5 centimeters. Next one is red brick, and the height is variable. Well, when you design a stacked wall, the height varies, right? The parts that have a specific height, like these two, will remain constant. It means that now, for example, this wall, no matter what the height of it is, the height of the concrete part will remain 18. So if you want to change the height, you need to change it from red brick. For example, let me change it. You see? It changes only the part that is variable. Alright? Now you just need to learn the principles. Then I will tell you how to design these and how to make them variable. And the last part is still the white stone, and the height is 5 centimeters. So, did you understand the entire thing? There are some basic walls that we bring them here and set them with the right order, and then we manage their heights. And I will tell you about the rest of the options later. Now let me show you some more examples here. Now this is a stacked wall. For example, you can use the stacked walls for cornice. Of course, there are more professional techniques that can be used, but stacked wall is a technique that many people use. Now, this one has 2 pieces. The one at the bottom is a bit more thick, as you can see. It's not much complicated. I just designed one of these models for you. The rest of them you can design them real easily yourselves. So, just like we analyzed this stacked wall includes 3 types: concrete, brick, and the white stone. So, at the beginning, we need to design the parts of that stacked wall in the basic wall. So, let's start. I go to wall first and duplicate this one. And let's make it from the bottom. So RVT, concrete. Then I come here. The thickness can be 30 centimeters. And now I choose a material for it. For example, I duplicate this one. Only RVT at the beginning would be enough. Now I inactivate this and choose a color for it, and also a surface pattern and a cut pattern. Alright, now I designed one part of it, which is the concrete one. So again, I duplicate this one. The next one's name was white stone, that's right. And let's consider this 40 centimeters, yeah, or 50. So then we come here and duplicate this. Now it's time to change the name, white stone. The color would be white. And now a surface pattern and a cut pattern. And the thickness was already determined, so let's go for the last one, which is red brick. So duplicate and then change the name, red brick. And this one would be 20 centimeters. I duplicate this too, but I think it has a brick too. Let me see. Alright, let's choose this one. RVT, and yeah, that's enough. It's good. And I won't change the setting either. So, check this out. We designed 3 types of walls. Now it's time to set them on each other and design a stacked wall. Revit usually has a type of stacked wall that you need to edit that one, so I select it, then edit. Now duplicate. Now the name, for example, stacked wall 01 site. Then you need to go to the structure. If the preview was closed, you can open it. And now edit. As you can see, it has placed 2 walls on each other as a default. But for example, we want to place 5 walls. Right? Look at this. It's true that it has 3 types, but there are 5 walls. You see? 1, 2, 3, 4. Sorry, 4, not 5. So, while we are designing our stacked wall here, we need 2 more. So, I click on Insert down here, and now we have 4. So, let's now manage their places. What was the first one? The first one was concrete, that's right. Now we need to choose a height for it. For example, I say 80 centimeters. After that, we have the white stone. For example, 5 centimeters or 10 centimeters. But you see here's variable. So in order to enter the height for this wall, you need to choose this variable option for another wall. And actually the stacked wall that we're going to make, The third layer of it, that was the brick, was variable. So I click on it and then click on variable down here. You see it changes from this to that. Actually, you can do this at the beginning too. Change the variable. So what happened now? I clicked on that layer that I wanted it to be variable and then clicked on variable down there, just like that. Now that stone that we placed here, I want its height to be, for example, 5 centimeters or even 10 centimeters, anything. The next one was the red brick that was already on variable. And the last one is the white stone, and the height would be 10 centimeters. Now, if you see this is too ugly, it's because the sample height is too high. If you change it to, for example, 2.16 or, for example, 3 to present us a logical height, or if you see these are too heavy, you can change them to 5 centimeters. Or for example, you want this to be more thick. Now, how can we edit this? Well, you can't. You need to click on OK and then go and select that wall, edit, and then change the thickness. You see, we don't have any edit in stacked wall. You need to come out and then edit the wall. And after you finished editing, you need to go to the stacked wall one more time. Now, let's go and see the rest of the edits together. Well, we check the height. There is an option here called offset. Actually, let me just draw it, if you agree, so that you can see it better. You see, that's how it looks like. Now, this is based on the center line. So, if we go to the edit, there is an option that we can change it. For example, we can change it to finish face exterior. You already know all of these. It's actually very simple. We learned them all before. So, let's choose finish face exterior. As you can see, this happens. Or we can choose the interior or the core face exterior and interior, that we all know all of these. So if I click on this, it will be from the other side, as you can see. Now, for example, you might want this one to be flat from this side and this one to be in the middle. Well, I tell you that it's possible. But how? Here, you can use this offset. To do that, when we chose finish face exterior, it was for all of them. But now we can choose a specific offset for each of them. Now, for example, this one, the thickness was 40 centimeters. So 10 centimeters of it is out. Now we say 5 centimeters to the right. And as you can see, the positive is not right, so it should be negative. So we can move this very easily. And if it's 0, it actually follows this. What is flip? That's what it does. It flips it completely. And I don't think it's useful for us now. So you can design any types of the stacked wall like this. Now you need to know some points about stacked wall. First of all is that if you want to place a door, it empties the place very easily. But as you can see, because the opening of the door is until here, it comes until the frames too, and you need to edit it in the family of the door. The next point is that if you use this edit profile for a stacked wall, what do you think will happen if I bring this one until here? You see, this is what happens. It's actually so weird. The behavior it shows is weird sometimes. You can see it just continues the last layer. Now it would be really nice if it had continued the brick instead of continuing the white stone, but it doesn't. In attach, it does the same thing. I mean, if I come here and design a roof for it, the same thing will happen. You see, when it attaches, that's how it will be. And that was everything about stacked wall. Now I want you to design some stacked walls for yourself so they can understand it in the best way.